What? We got a good group going on. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Let's give it a couple seconds here. We got a bunch more people popping in right now. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? I see some new faces. I see some old faces. I see some great faces. What are we going to talk about today? What we're going to talk about today is how to close. Now, I know that for some of you on this, you've got your black belt, you've got your CMSCs, you know how to close. I'm going to ask the group what to say to close. If you have one of these, don't share it. Let's keep the secret because I want to hear what people that haven't been through the training have to say for their ideas to close. But let me get started. Who am I if we haven't met before? My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University. It's the most effective sales training in the world. Why is it so effective? Well, number one, times have changed. The world is different. We're going to talk about that in a second. And number two, we really feel something that we're really proud of here is the way that we teach. We teach in very simple, easy to explain ways. It's got a bunch more people coming in. So I'll kind of delay things here just 1 second because I see a flood of people coming in. Again, everybody, how's it going? My name's Matt Easton. What are we going to do here for the next few minutes? What we're going to do for the next few minutes is we're going to learn how to close. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm going to teach you one of the easiest things right out of the Certified Master Sales Consultant credential. One of the easiest things I can teach you. One of the easiest things you can learn in Easton University. But I will tell you this. If you expect to just watch this and like, boom, I got it. It is that easy, but you're going to mess it up if you just try and like listen to it. So what I would do, we call this a sword and a shield. I'd grab a sword and a shield. What's up, John Fitzgerald? John Fitzgerald, I'm going to ask people what they say to close. Don't share. For the folks that have already been through the training, don't share what to say. This is a recap for you, but I want to hear what the people that haven't been through the training have to say. Make sense? So BJ, GT, Jamie B, folks that have been through the training, don't share it. All right. So why are we here? We are here because sales has completely changed. What's completely changed about sales? Now, some of you might not even work in sales. You're like, I got the video because I want to close deals in life. I got you. This will help you for a job interview. This will help you get a date. This will help you get a promotion. This will help you get your kids to do their homework. Everything that we're going to learn over the next few minutes, not only can you apply to your career, not only can you apply this to business, but you're going to be able to apply this to your personal life. So you're welcome. We got a weekend coming up. Maybe you're single and you like to mingle. Maybe there's somebody at the gym that you've like really wanted to ask out on a date. You want to ask them out to lunch. You can use this close. I'm going to show you a close that works pretty much all of the time. About a 76% chance you're going to get a yes and close the deal. And then the rest of the time, you're going to do what we love to do at Easton University. You're going to set a crystal clear, locked in next step. All right. So why has sales completely changed? Why has your life completely changed? It's changed because of these little buggers right here. People have access to far more information than ever before. And again, this applies to your personal life too. People are ADD, right? Go to a sporting event. You're going to look around and you're like, wow, man, I spent $894 to watch the Colorado Avalanche on the glass, right? In the Stanley Cup playoffs. Half the people around me are like staring at their phone. It's no different in your business world too. Your prospects have access to more information than ever before, and they have more choices than ever before. So that old school type of training, I'm not saying it was bad then. I'm saying it completely does not work today. If you're saying things like, hey, if you could give me 5 minutes of your time, I'd like to show you how our new GTX 360-degree web interface can help your business save money and time, right? Nobody wants to hear that anymore. They don't have time for that. It used to be that they would tolerate that because their interaction, their communication with their sales rep, That was the only place they can get information. Now, well, you can get information right from one of these. So realize this, and it's the same, again, for the folks that are just joining. I'm going to show you how to close. I'm going to show you the most effective way in the world to close the deal. And it's also going to work in your personal life. You're competing with these things in your personal life too. Your kids are on their iPad when you're trying to get them to do their homework. The person from the gym that you want to ask out to lunch is probably heads down in one of these. It's just how the world is. Our prospects have access to exponentially more information, like 1,200 times more information than they had 2-3 years ago. And it's growing rapidly. It's growing exponentially. Our prospects also have more choices than they ever had before. Again, I'm not trying to poo-poo all the other sales training out there, but it is designed for a world where whether you're selling software, services, real estate, your prospects had 4 real estate agents in the neighborhood. In the 90s, there was 4 people in the neighborhood and you knew all their faces because their faces were on the bus bench, right? Now, how many real estate agents live in your neighborhood? Okay, you got 3,000 people living in your neighborhood. 8,000 of them are licensed real estate agents, right? And another 16,000 of them are mortgage brokers. Same thing with software, same thing with medical, same thing with hospitality. There's more competition than ever before. Guys, it is no longer about being the smartest person in the room. It's just not. And a lot of you are like, man, I've got a great idea. I'm really passionate. I want to be a fitness instructor. I know more about knees over toes fitness than anybody else on the planet. I have so much to give the world. Okay. It doesn't cut it anymore. You have to realize that your job, your career, your personal life, which is probably why you haven't been able to get a date, is exponentially more difficult than ever before. It's more demanding than ever before. It's more frustrating than ever before. And it's more unforgiving today. If you start a conversation with a prospect and you don't have a simple, skillful process to go through in what questions to ask them, how to help them, how to figure out what's an objection and how do I handle that objection and what's just a complaint. We're not going to talk about that today, but let me just give you an idea that nobody's talking about. 90% of the things that you think are objections that you're trying to overcome, your price is too high. I don't like the color. I don't like your contract, whatever it is. It's not an objection at all. It's just a complaint. Not only do people have access to more information than ever before because of these things, what else have these things done to our society? They've made people exponentially more negative than ever before. So if you're using that old school sales training where you're trying to overcome objections, your price is too high, right? No, it's not. Let me show you why we're the most affordable in the industry. All you're doing is creating arguments. Back to that realtor example, right? Let's say you're going to look at a property. I don't like stairs. Oh, come on, stairs will get you fit. In today's world, I'm just going to tell you there's a system out there. I've got an 8-step system. First step, just simply agree with the objection and move forward. I don't like stairs. I don't like stairs either. John, come on, let's go head on up the stairs. We'll go look at the condo, right? Your price is too high. I get it. I'm with you. Just let them complain. Most of the things that you're trying to overcome are just complaints because it's 2022. People are 1,000 times more negative. You just have to realize that. Okay, so we're going to spend a couple minutes where I'm going to show you how to close whatever your industry in. We have people from multiple industries. I got you. We have some people that just want to close the deal in their life. I got you. There's 1 or 2 parents that just want to get their kid to do their damn homework. Got you covered. I'm going to show you how to close. But before I show you how to close, I want to make sure that I'm crystal clear about what we're going to talk about. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to close. My definition of a close is, let's say we have a contract. A close is they're going to sign the contract. Let's say you're a fitness trainer. A close is they're going to buy a package. If let's say you're a real estate professional, a close is they're going to sign that buyer's listing agreement or they're going to put in an offer. That's what I think is a close. Okay. The other place where what I'm about to show you will work is what I would call an advance. What's an advance? So John Fitzgerald's on this call. John is working with an automotive group that has 450 locations. John may be crystal clear of the fact that, okay, I'm presenting to the CIO of the company, but this deal is so big, it's going to require board approval. The advance would be to get this in front of the board. Make sense? I'm going to show you how to do the exact same thing. You're going to use the exact same methodology, whether you're closing, we're done, I got what I wanted, or advancing. I'm going to get this in front of the board. We're going to do a pilot program, whatever it is that you need to do. It's the same thing, okay? But before I show you in these few minutes, and this is going to change your life. Again, take notes. It's literally like 2 sentences I'm going to teach you. Write them down. I'm going to say it again, because some of you are going to call me and be like, Easton, your stuff's bunk, it doesn't work. And I'm going to be like, what did you say? I said exactly what you told me to say. Tell me word for word what you said, and it's going to sound nothing like what I'm about to teach you. Okay, before I teach you what to say, let's just quickly cover why we're afraid to close deals. Because just like people being more negative than ever before, people are more hesitant than ever before. So if you're like, man, it's me, I'm just not cut out for this, whether it's parenting, your sales job, being a CIO of a company, if you're thinking you're not cut out for this because you're hesitant, because you're nervous, because you're unsure, you are totally normal. That's what's going on today, because there's so much negativity and information, it makes us worried. Okay, the stakes are higher than ever before. So I've got these 4 reasons why I think salespeople fear closing. You can unmute yourself and tell me if you think there's a 5th. But let me walk you through these 4, because it's important that we understand these before I teach you how to close. Okay. Number 1, we don't want to be pushy. I agree with you 1000%, which is why most of you, if you've never paid money to do sales training like we teach at eastonuniversity.com, it's probably the number 1 reason why you've never had sales training, because most of the sales training out there does what? Teaches you how to be pushy. I'm going to show you 101 ways to overcome an objection, right? I'm going to show you some Jedi mind tricks like, hey, Bob, would you like to sign the contract on Tuesday or Thursday? Bob doesn't know. I don't care what day he signs the contract. What I've done is I've given him 2 choices, whichever one he goes to. It's garbage. It doesn't work, right? If there is this, and no offense, if you sell hair extensions at the mall, okay? No offense. I'm just saying, there's this guy at the mall where I go to that has this kiosk. He sells 2 things, hair extensions and face cream. He's like, yeah, hey, ugly guy. He calls me ugly guy every walk by. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. You know, if we did some stuff with your hair, we could have it long like Fabio. Again, don't look at me. Put this cream on your face. Free sample. Put it on. Oh, you look like Jason Statham. You can see I bought the cream. Okay. But again, none of us want to be, John, you bought the cream too, didn't you? I know you probably bought the cream too. But we don't, even though we bought that guy's cream, by the way, it doesn't work. I'm still ugly guy. He doesn't remember that I bought it. But we don't want to be pushy. None of us want to be pushy. Okay. Second reason why we don't go for the close, right? Second reason why Victor, why Amber, why Michael, why Tom, why Peggy is not going for the close. And I get it, Peggy. I am with you. We don't want to be humiliated. Hey, Peggy, you want to sign the contract? Hey, Matt, no. Oh, that sucks, right? It doesn't feel good. A lot of times these bad coaches will be like, yo, it's just business. You got to ignore it. You got to have a thick skin. It's literally impossible. Your brain is not that complex. You can't differentiate the real world from your business life. Rejections, oh, imagine that. Rejection still hurts in your career, okay? I'm not going to teach you how to make rejection less painful. I'm just going to show you right here, right now, how you cannot get rejected at all, okay? How you cannot get humiliated. It's humiliating when people tell you no. If there's anybody on your team or in your office right now, Amber, right? Anybody around you, Amber? I know it's not you, but Richard, maybe there's somebody by you that's like, I like being humiliated. Just kind of like move away from that person, like as gently as you can, because they're going to have a Netflix special about them. Normal people like us don't like to be humiliated. Okay. Here's another big reason in 2022, and this is killing you. Ricardo, you probably do this because I do it too. It's killing us. We're like, I don't want to go for the close because I'm underprepared. I don't want to go for the close because I haven't shown them enough. I haven't walked them through the full demo. I haven't done blah, 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 blah. We're like, I need to do all of this stuff before I can close. Why are we afraid to close? Because we're underprepared. We're afraid because we don't have a good close. We have a close that's like shooting off those a month from now, everybody's going to shoot off fireworks. Every fireworks display is going to have the what at the end, the grand finale, right? The big poppers. We're like, man, I can't shoot those off because once I shoot those off, I'm done. I don't have anything else. I'm going to show you a close that you can use 5 minutes into the sale and you can come back to because there's no way they can reject you. The last reason why we don't go for the close is we fear losing the sale. What do I mean by that? I want to make sure I'm very clear. I don't necessarily mean I went for the close and they told me no. What I mean is I went for the close and I got a definitive answer. There's a lot of people in their careers, and I'm not saying any of you are like this. I was like this at a time when I worked in sales. I had a big full pipeline of deals, and I was actually afraid to try and close Greg, to try and close BJ, to try and close John. Why? Because if I got told no on all of those, it's Friday's coming up. The last thing I want to do is go into the weekend with no pipeline, right? That is scary. So if I try and close Alex, at least if I don't try and close Alex, Alex is always going to be like, let me get back to you. I'll think about it. And I can tell my boss, hey, boss, Alex, that Alex deal is going to come in for $1.7 million, knowing that I never really went for the close. Okay. So here's what I'm going to show you guys today, right now. I'm going to show you a very specific, very easy to learn, very easy. I always follow through on what I'm telling you. I always make good on my promises. And I promised you guys a way to close both in business and life. I'm going to give it to you. Super easy to learn, super easy to practice, super easy to implement system. And by system, this is like super easy technology. It's 2 sentences, but you're going to use this on every deal, every time with ultra high success, whether it's Alex trying to close a $8 million goods contract, whatever it is that Alex has, whether it's Ricardo trying to sell software, or whether it's John trying to get his kid to do their homework, right? I'm going to show you how to close right now. Again, disclaimer. I know we have some black belts on this call. We have some CMSCs on this call. If you know the answer, this is not so John can show how smart he is. John, sit this one out. If you've never been through our training, I want to hear your answer right now. Unmute yourself or put it in the chat. What do you say to close? What do you say to close? Either put it in the chat or unmute yourself. What do you guys say to close? What you got?
What would be a good set of next steps?
What would be a good set of next steps? I like it. Jeff's got one there. Who else has got one? What would be a good set of next steps?
What's stopping you from making a decision today?
What's stopping you from making a decision today? Did Abraham say that? I like that.
Yes.
What's stopping you? Let me write that one down. Somebody give me a third one.
Based upon X, does it make sense to do ?
Like it. Like it. You've been watching some of my videos. Let me tune that up for you. Let me unpack these 1, 2, 3. Okay. What was that first one again? It was like, what would stop you? What's stopping you? Okay. Let me cover the what's stopping you. If you're doing any sort of what's stopping you, what's holding you back, I get it. You're watching some of the other people on TikTok that teach sales. Okay. Let me just debunk this one. And I'm not saying anything bad about them, but I actually think about the stuff that I teach people. Imagine that. And I actually put it into practice and I actually track these things. Anybody watch the Yellowstone, that show, the Yellowstone with Kevin Costner, right? I watched it. Yep. All 4 seasons. So I am officially a cowboy. I am 100% a cowboy. Okay. Here's what I learned now that I'm a cowboy from watching Yellowstone. If you take a horse, and let's say you want the horse to go this way, right? I need the horse to go this way. Probably not a good idea to turn the horse facing this way and smack it on the butt. What's going to happen if I turn the horse this direction and smack it on the ass? I saw Yellowstone. The horse runs that way. Then you bang the bad guy against the tree, and then they throw the body off the cliff, right? I know how it works. I saw the whole show. If you want the horse to go this way, the last thing you want to do is point it in that direction, which is why if you are saying any derivation of what's stopping you, what's holding you back, what the hell are you doing? You're literally pointing the horse in the wrong direction and smacking it on the butt. Because when you ask somebody a direct question, what are they going to give you? A direct answer. So if I say, hey, Joel, what's stopping you? Hey, Joel, what's stopping you from signing up to Easton University? Joel, right now in his head, even though he's muted, I can see him there in his badass car. When I said that to Joel, what's stopping you? Joel automatically went, I don't know you. I haven't been through your training. I'm not sure. I need to look at some testimonials. I don't even know what it costs. Where did I take Joel's mind? I took Joel's mind to create reasons. Not one person on planet Earth is going to go, nothing, man, I'm ready to go, unless they're completely certain. It's literally like, let's say we were going to rock climb. Let's say Ricardo and I are going to rock climb. What's up, RM? Ricardo McCrae and I are going to rock climb, right? Yo, I'm not that skilled at rock climbing, but I grew up in Boulder, Colorado, so I saw it on a cartoon, right? So I'm going to get a rope. He's going to get a harness. We're going to put one end of the harness on him, one end on me. I'm going to be on this thing called envolé, and I'm going to hold the rope. Ricardo's going to get about 3 steps up the rock, and I'm going to go, hey, Ricardo, I just want to make sure, is there anything holding you back from climbing the rest of the way up this rock? Like, I don't know, have you paid your bill on your health insurance? Did you weigh yourself? Because I'm 175. I don't know what you weigh. And did you even ask me if I have experience holding people? And did we go through the rope? Like literally, Ricardo's going to be, I'm gonna pass. And he's going to get off the rock, right? When we ask things like, what are holding you back? What's stopping you? It's not good. Here's the other problem that we do with our closes. A lot of times we ask all or nothing requests, right? Do you want to sign the contract? Can we get this in front of the board? What date's a good day to get this? When you're asking an all or nothing request, I want you to just realize this. You're putting yourself back into a coin flip kind of scenario in your life where you're either going to, Mom, can I have $20? No. Right? Mom, I'm going to the mall. Can I have $20? No. You don't want to ever ask all or nothing requests. Okay. There were some other ones here. Would it be totally crazy for us to move forward today? Okay. Here's what I don't like about would it be totally crazy for us to move forward today? And I get it that there's a lot of that is in vogue right now. That is the that is the summer jam of sales training is would it be totally crazy? Because what I'm doing is I'm modifying basically a negative question and I'm looking for a no answer. That's why they're asking. I'm just going to break that one down. That's how the DJ came up with that mix is it's like, hey, John, are you against taking a look at this? No, I'm not against it. But same thing with would it be totally crazy, right? There's a time and a place for that stuff. Your close is not that. Okay. That might be a good primer. I'm not a super fan of it. I think there's better stuff out there, but that's also not a close. Like if I was going to get down on one knee and ask Lisa to marry me, I wouldn't be like, hey, Lisa, would it be totally crazy for us to, I don't know, get married, right? In life, here's what I found. I've been moderately successful in life. In life, you're exponentially more likely to get the thing that you want if you ask for the thing that you want and you ask with confidence. Also, in life, people are going to be exponentially more likely to do the thing you want them to do based on their reasons and not their reasons. Now, I saw some people that were pretty damn close to what you should be saying. So let me walk you through, because I promised you guys in 30 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to close. Let me walk you through how to do it right now. in a way that you're going to just all of a sudden never be humiliated. You're never going to be stressed out. You're always going to move things forward. Grab a pen, grab a paper, write down what I'm about to show you. It goes like this. A few of you on this call, put it in the chat so you obviously understand it. First question, does it make sense to blank? Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? Hey, Alex, does it make sense to do your homework before hockey practice? Hey, BJ, does it make sense for us to get this in front of the board? Does it make sense to blank? I told you this will work in your personal life, right? Hey, Lisa, man, it's so great seeing you around the gym. I always have such a fun time. Does it make sense for you and I to grab lunch, right? Notice what I'm doing here. When I say, hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? Yes or no? Did I ask John to do anything? No, I did not. Words matter, guys. And notice my words are not crazy. Like, would it be ridiculously insane to think that possibly if you didn't have any other reasons, you could do business with us today? Just be cool, be confident. Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? Right? I didn't ask John to do anything. And you're going to be surprised that most of this resistance, most of the objections are totally in your head. I never went to prom. Well, I did. I went to prom with somebody that was a foreign exchange student. She didn't speak any English. I don't even think she knew what she agreed to because I was totally nervous. And I was like, perhaps maybe if there's nobody else, I know I don't have a car or any money, but perhaps maybe if you're not going with anybody else, can you see any reason why you shouldn't go to prom with me? Yeah, you're a dork. Oh, okay, thank you, right? It's no way to live your life. I should have just been like, hey, yo, Jennifer, does it make sense to go to prom with me? I'm going to prom. Does it make sense for you and I to go together? Totally different delivery. It's calm. It's neutral. It's not pushy. I didn't ask you to do anything. And here's the beautiful thing about does it make sense? And do not teach your kids this. What is up, Jason? That is the best motorcycle law attorney in the world right there. What's up, Jason? So Jason,
Hey.
Does it make sense? Does it make sense? What would you call it to get a retainer, whatever? Does it make sense to sign the retainer? Whatever it is, I don't know. I haven't crashed a motorcycle, but when I do, I'm calling you. Does it make sense to blank? Whatever it is you need them to do, okay? Here's the cool thing. And do not teach your kids this, all right? Jason's a brown belt. Did you get your black belt? Yeah, he's getting it soon. I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Jason and I are both jiu-jitsu guys. This is straight up jiu-jitsu here because I don't care what the answer is. Right? I'm literally setting up something here that is just so perfect. It's like jujitsu. Do not teach your kids this, right? Your kids are going to go, hey, Dad, can I have $20? No. But imagine if your kid was like, hey, Dad, I'm going to the mall with some friends. Does it make sense to give me $20? You can't reject, they cannot reject you on doing the thing you want them to do when you say, does it make sense? Because it's not an all or nothing request. What is it? It's a timing question. So the worst answer you're ever going to get is not right now. It sounds like this. Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? Yeah, it does. Congratulations, John. You made a great decision. The next steps are bump, 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 bump. And if you have steps to your sale, okay, learn this. Hear what I am saying. Do not sell them on all of the steps. Sell them on doing the thing you need them to do, and then say, congratulations, you made a great decision. The next steps are bump, 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 right? Let me give you a way this will make a lot more sense because a lot of people are like, well, I'm going to use this. Hey, does it make sense to fill out the application, right? Does it make sense to fill out a credit app? That's literally like buying a ring, getting down on one knee and going, Jason, right? Does it make sense for you and I to pick out wedding stationery? He's going to be like, what's up, bro? I don't even know what you're saying. Right? Hey, Heather, does it make sense for you and I to look at rehearsal dinner locations? What are you asking me? So you're asking for those things in the steps because you don't have the confidence to ask for what you want, right? I want you to go through life starting right now asking for the thing that you want. Hey, Heather, does it make sense for you and I to get married? Yes. Great. Next steps, we got to find the rehearsal dinner locations, how big of a wedding you want, where do we want to have that? Okay. So ask for the thing that you want. Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? Absolutely. Let's do it. Perfect. Next steps. I'm going to send you over some documents for all 86 locations. You're going to get those signed. I'll get that to the support team. We'll have everything up and running in 3 weeks, right? Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? No. Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? Not right now. Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? I'm not sure. Okay. Here's the next words you need to write down. Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? No. Watch my face. Let me unshare. Watch my face. Listen to my tonality. You ready? Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? No. Got it. What's a good next step then? Boom. What's a good next step then? Not, what do I need to do to get your business? Not, hey, Joel, this deal, I want to make sure I can only give you this deal right now. There's a time and a place to do that. But you're going to find when you say what's a good next step then in that exact tonality, guess what your customer's going to do 80+% of the time? Tell you what the next step is. What did I tell you? I'm going to give you a system where you either close or figure out exactly, you set a crystal clear next step. Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? No. Instead of me going, well, what if I could lower my price? Can we make it out? No, got it. Hey, John, what's a good next step then? We need to get this in front of Andy. Andy's our CFO. This is anything over 875K. Andy's got to approve. Makes perfect sense. Does it make sense for us to get this in front of Andy today? No, I can't do it today. Awesome. When can we do it? Let's do it Thursday. Now, all of a sudden, all your deals are going to move through a process, right? Even for those worst challenges, like most of the time, they're going to tell you it's got to go to Andy. But what if they say something like, well, I just need to think about it, right? Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? No. What's a good next step then? I don't know. I just need to think about it. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to transition. Now, this is brown belt level stuff, right? This is real high level jujitsu stuff, but I'm going to transition and I'm going to ask the same question again. What's a good next step? But I'm going to tweak the words. See if you can notice the difference in how I ask it 2 times. Hey, John, does it make sense to sign the contract? No. Got it. What's a good next step then? I'm not sure. I just need to think about it. It makes perfect sense. What's a good next step on my end? Or what's a good next step for me? Okay. Notice how when I say what's a good next step then, that's an open-ended question. And ideally, I want Jeff to give me the next step that involves him. But if Jeff throws a blocker up and is like, I don't know, I just need to think about it, most salespeople would think they were dead in the water or revert to 1990s sales training, which would be high pressure. You know, Jeff, when I hear I need to think about it, it typically means one of 2 things. Either I'm afraid to tell the person no, or there's something that wasn't answered. It's all garbage. That doesn't work today. You're living in a world where they can go to Siri and buy your competitor's product from them before you even leave their office. So don't be a jerk. Don't try and force things. I'm telling you this. If you stop trying to force deals, if you slow the process down, you will close a lot more deals and you will speed up the result. So it sounds like this. Hey, Jeff, does it make sense to get this in front of the board? No. Got it. What's a good next step then? You know, man, it's an important decision. I just really need to think about it. Makes perfect sense, Jeff. What's a good next step for me? Call me Friday at 2. I guarantee you when you switch to what's a good next step for me, they always, and John can wave his arms, John's experienced this, they always give you an answer that is way better than the answer you thought you were going to get. Okay. But if you give an answer like, well, how about I follow up with you in a month? They would have told you if you let them answer the question, call me in 2 days. It's really weird, but that always happens. Okay. Yeah. Now you're still not out of the woods with this check downs of what's a good next step then. Because what if you say, what's a good next step for me? And they go, I don't know. I just need to think about it. At that point, you can simply tell them what the next step is. It sounds like this. Hey, Michael, does it make sense to sign the contract? No. Got it. What's a good next step then, Michael? I'm not sure. I need to think about it. What's a good next step for me? I don't know, Matt. It's really hard for them to say, I don't know twice, but let's say they do. This happens like 1% of the time. Yeah, I don't know. I just need to think about it. Hey, perfect. Makes perfect sense. I'll give you a call Thursday at 4 o'clock if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Cool. Now I can put, now it's not pressure because we've already established, I'm going to call them Thursday at 4. Now I can put on, it's not even pressure. I don't want you guys lying and being manipulative. Now I can go, hey, Jeff, I just want to make sure that we're clear on this. Okay. Things have been changed with supply chains, with chip shortages, with everything that's going on. I just want to make sure that I'm crystal clear because this one's on me. It's not on you if I don't explain this. Between now and Thursday, the pricing that we talked about, it may change. And my availability may change between now and Thursday. I just want to make sure that you understand that. As long as you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. And don't worry. If we miss out on this price or this launch date or this availability, I'll work with you. I'll find the next best one. Fair enough? Now, notice what I did there. I didn't say, hey, Jeff, if you don't do this deal, you're going to lose your price, because that's what a salesperson would say. That's what a manipulator would say, right? That's what a gross person would say. Notice how I walked Jeff through that. Hey, Jeff, I just want to be crystal clear on something, right? Things have been, the market has been moving like crazy. We have been gangbusters here. The price that I gave you on these 87 locations, that's the price based on all of the information that I have in front of me right now. I just want to be crystal clear. It's on me. It's not on you. I've had this happen before. I never want to make this mistake again. When we circle back on Thursday, I just want you to be prepared. Things may change. Price may go up. Availability may be there. As long as you're okay with that, I'm cool with that, right? This is your decision, okay? And don't worry. Now, here's the real one. Don't worry. If we miss out on this one, if we miss out on this pricing, I'm the best in the world at what I do. I will work with you and I'll find the next best one. There is nobody on the planet that wants next best, right? So think about that. Like if Jason and I are both, I think we're both married, but back when we were single, right? Like I wish I had this when I was single. Hey, you want to go to a party on Friday? No. Okay, cool. No problem. Hey, I just want to make sure, realize I've got one ticket to go to the, well, do you want to go to the party on Friday? Call me Thursday night. Cool. Makes perfect sense. Awesome. I will call you Thursday at 4 to see where you're at with that. Hey, Monica, I just want to make sure that I'm clear here. I only have the one other ticket to go to the party. There's a possibility between now and Thursday at 4 that somebody's going to take that ticket. But no worries, right? I get it. I get it. If we miss out on this one, I'll make sure I think of you for the next best party that comes around, right? If I had known that, nobody would have ever rejected me to go to party. They'd be like, wait, time out. Let's just do it. I'll take the ticket, right? But if I had gone, come on, Monica, this is the coolest party in town, and I am the coolest guy in town, she would have been restraining order, right? Slap in the face, restraining order. And yet I know that's funny and we're all laughing, but this is the crap that we do in our sales deals. Right? Anything you do in your sales deals, you should be comfortable, if you're dating, doing it in front of a person you're dating. If you're married, doing it in front of your spouse, right? You would never tell your spouse, hey, Heather, when I hear, hey, Heather, do you want to go to the new sushi restaurant? No. You know, when I hear no, Heather, it typically means one of two things. Either that person is afraid to tell me that they don't want to go to dinner with me, or there's something that we haven't covered. Which is it for you? Slap, right? Hey, Heather, do you want to go to the new sushi place? No. Got it. What's a good place for us to eat then? Right? Well, I'm not sure. You're not sure, right? You can walk them through things without being high pressure. All right. So in summary, because I know we went over on the 30 minutes I promised you, the two things that you want to say are this. Does it make sense to blank? And if their answer is anything other than absolutely 100% yes, let's do it, right? What's a good next step then? All of that, reasons for not doing it, guess what? If they actually have reasons for not doing it, they'll tell you those reasons at that point when you say what's a good next step is. If I ask Alex, can you see any reason why we shouldn't want to do this? Alex is going to make a bunch of stuff up, right? Because it goes back to that anxiety. The teacher calls on Alex in 3rd grade. You got to have some answer. That's just the way our society is trained, right? Well, the pricing would have to be right, and the content, you just start making stuff up. All right, guys, this was straight out of eastonuniversity.com. I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed it, send me a text message. Let me know you enjoyed it. Even better, point your phone at your face. Say, yo, Matt, I enjoyed the training on closing. Text it to me. Let me give you my mobile. It's 720-660-3202. I'll type it in the chat, but we're going to be leaving, so the chat won't hang out that long. 720-660-3202. Text me, say, man, I enjoyed this. If you have any questions on our training, my mobile, 720-660-3202. You can go to eastonuniversity.com. You can call the office, 800-628-1456. Those people are great. But if you want to skip those people and just talk to me, you got my mobile. Again, I hope this helps you. I hope one of you gets a date off of this. I hope you can use this. Let's say one of you wants a regional sales manager position. Hey, John, does it make sense to put me in that regional manager position? No. Got it, John. What's a good next step? Can you do a QBR report and put it in front of the board on Thursday? Absolutely. Right? Boom. Much easier than, can I have that promotion? Why not? I'm going to quit if you don't give me a promotion. Right? You can use this system in everything in life. I love you guys. I'm willing to hang out. If anybody has any specific questions, unmute yourself. Otherwise, hopefully I'll see you guys over at Easton University. Any questions I can answer for you guys?
Matt, hey, it's Joel. I have a really quick question. So
Yeah, JP in the house.
So I've been using, so I found you on TikTok. So,
Okay.
and I've been using what you're saying. I'm like I'm not here to brag about myself, but I'm at the top of my profession. And
You ain't
these,
bragging if it's true, Joel.
exactly what you're talking about though, with, does it make sense? And if it's not, what are the next steps? I've been using that all quarter and it's like propelled me like to the top.
Yeah.
But my question is this: I find myself after I present to a prospect, either in person or on the phone, and I can't get a hold of them, I'm sending that message via email. I've been using it, and it works about 35% of the time.
Mhm.
Should I be doing that? Should I email them and say, Matt, does it make sense to sign the agreement?
Yes. And are you calling them?
Well, yeah. What I'm saying is like when I can't get a hold of them on the phone, I'm literally emailing that, and it's working, but I don't know if I should be doing it.
Yeah. Keep doing it. Can I give you one other thing to say on the phone, Joel? And John
Sure.
Fitzgerald smiling because John is crushing it with this. Are you ready? There's one thing that everybody on this planet wants to give. Anyone want to take a guess at what it is? It's not their time. It's not their money. What is it?
Their opinion.
Damn straight. JP, Jeff in the house. Joel and Jeff. All right. So Joel, you ready for this message? Okay. So I'm going to call you. First message I'm probably going to leave you is, hey, Joel, Matt Easton University, calling to see if it makes sense to move forward with that agreement. Give me a call on my mobile, 720-660-3202. Notice what I did not say. Hey, Joel, it's Matt Easton checking in. Hey, Joel, Matt Easton following up. Just right down to the point. Hey, Joel, Matt Easton, founder of Easton University, calling to see if it makes sense to move forward, getting your team on the training. My mobile, 720-660-3202. Okay, so that's the first one I want you to leave, Joel. You ready for the ninja one? The second one, maybe a week later? Check this out. Bing, bing, bing. Hey, you've reached Joel. Leave a message. Hey, Joel, Matt Easton University. I've got an idea. Something just came up this morning. I've got an idea that I would love to get your opinion on. Can you call me on my mobile? 720-660-3202. Okay. Now listen to my tonality. Hey, Joel, Matt Easton, founder of Easton University. Something just came up this morning. It's an idea I'd love to get your opinion on. Can you call me on my mobile? Okay. Now, Joel, you got to be prepared with an idea. Okay. Here's the cool thing. Number one, the idea, the core of the idea is going to be this. Does it make sense? See how I can weave those two together? But also, Joel, you're the top performer in your company. Here's what you don't realize. You are exposed, not like wear a mask exposed, good exposed. You are exposed to all kinds of insights and ideas that those people you're talking to don't know about, right? And that idea could also be like, let's say it's Jason. Well, I don't know if you know this, but Michigan just passed some new case law stuff. And if you're able to get something into the courts before June 15th, it's different in how the courts fast track it. I just want to make sure you were aware of that. It doesn't make sense for us to work together on this case, right? Or any little insight, but have something when they call you back and then weave it into, does it make sense to both? Okay. And just don't be pushy. I promise you. And here's the other thing. And there's a lot of people on this call that will testify to this. If they don't call you back, what does it mean? It means absolutely nothing. Stop trying to be a mind reader and just we talk about processes at Easton University. Trust that damn process, because I'm wrong with my process 95% of the time. Just this morning, there was a person that I had talked to 380 days ago, and I think I had it set at 400 days. I put them in my sustainable pipeline and don't call them for a year. I called them, wasn't like, hey, it's been forever, what's going on? They were like, yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. Let's do this. Great timing. I don't know why it took them 380 days to say that. I don't care. Just trust your process, follow through. Great question, Joel. Does that
Thank you
answer?
very much. I think it's great. I think it's 100% on the money. Thank you so much, man.
Good.
The world of sales has completely changed. Today's customer has access to more information. Today's customer has more choices. The business world needs you. Studies have shown that 84% of salespeople fail to achieve their goals. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of selling in a way that's meaningful to you and your customers and get you 7 times more business. I'll show you how the perfect sales process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from prospecting to closing the deal. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs, so you can build value in your solutions. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your customer so it's easy for them to buy from you. I've taught the best companies in the world and thousands of people just like you how to hit their targets. Selling is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense, even if you've never worked in sales or the corporate world before. And for the advanced sales professionals, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Easton University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective in any industry, large or small. You are about to become a certified master sales consultant. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Easton University.